Hello dear students, welcome back to physics online class. So we have been discussing about the concept of moving coil galvanometer. So in case of that moving coil galvanometer, the purpose of using moving coil galvanometer is to detect that small amount of current I said. So whatever the galvanometer we consider, so that galvanometer is very sensitive device, right? How to avoid that damages of that galvanometer. So in order to avoid the damages of such galvanometer, we need to convert that galvanometer into ammeter as well as galvanometer into voltmeter. So already we know the thing, so basic things we know that. So ammeter is used to measure that current, whereas voltmeter is used to measure that potential difference we said. In case of that galvanometer, we need to convert that galvanometer into ammeter as well as galvanometer into voltmeter. The purpose of converting that galvanometer into ammeter as well as into voltmeter, so the main purpose is we have to avoid the damages of the galvanometer, right? In order to avoid the damages of the galvanometer, we have to convert galvanometer into ammeter as well as voltmeter. So in today's session, let me focus about that how to convert that galvanometer into ammeter and as well as voltmeter here. Let me begins with the concept of conversion of, look at here, conversion of galvanometer into ammeter. Conversion of galvanometer into ammeter. So in order to convert that galvanometer into ammeter, what suppose I have to do? I have to consider here. Look at here. For example, here if I take that galvanometer, right? So whenever if that high amount of current is enter into this galvanometer possible of damages here. So now I want to avoid the damages of this galvanometer. Look at here, when high amount of current is enter through the galvanometer, there may be a possibility of damages of the galvanometer. Now I want to avoid the damage of the galvanometer. Then how to avoid this damage here? So instead of sending that heavy amount of current, if that very small amount of current will enter into the galvanometer, then the galvanometer is safe. Look at here, if that high amount of or high quantity of current is flows through the galvanometer, it will get damage I said. Now instead of high amount of current, so if that low amount of current is flowing means it prevent from the damage. Then how to prevent this damage means how to send that low amount of current here. In order to send that low amount of current, for this galvanometer I will take one small resistance here. That small resistance I will connect parallel to this galvanometer. Look at here, I will take one small resistance wire. This is small resistance wire. If this small resistance wire is connect parallel to the galvanometer, what is the combination between this galvanometer and small resistance? That small resistance I will represent by the letter S. That small resistance also we can call it as shunt resistance here. Look at here, in order to avoid the damage of the galvanometer. So how the galvanometer get damaged here? If that large quantity of current is enter, this will get damaged. Now instead of enter into that large amount of current, I want to make that very small amount of current must flows through the galvanometer. Look at here, according to that Kirchhoff current law. So this is junction point. If high amount of current is there, look at here, here current will make a branch here. Certain amount of current is flowing here and remaining amount of current will flows through this low resistance wire. Why? Because so compared to that galvanometer resistance and compared to that of shunt resistance or low resistance, this resistance is low. So if the resistance is less means current is more here. Look at here, high amount of current is passing here. That high amount of current will get branch here. Here galvanometer resistance is more compared to this low resistance wire. So if galvanometer resistance is more, here if this resistance is less means maximum amount of current is try to pass through this low resistance wire only. Then here finally high amount of current will get come out of the circuit. Look at here, in order to avoid the damage of the galvanometer, what suppose I have to do? I have to connect very low resistance parallel to the galvanometer. So this low resistance also we can call it as shunt resistance here. This combination of galvanometer and low resistance, this entire combination is act as a meter. This entire combination is act as a meter here. Then how to convert galvanometer into ammeter? In one word I can say, connect low resistance parallel to the galvanometer. So if I take that low resistance wire, this low resistance wire I will connect parallel to the galvanometer. What is the combination between galvanometer and this low resistance or shunt resistance here? So these two are in parallel combination. Now this entire setup is act as ammeter here. Look at here. How to convert galvanometer into ammeter? For theory examination, maximum time they will ask for 3 marks. For that NEET examination also, so on this concept, maximum time they will ask the numericals related to conversion of galvanometer into ammeter as well as voltmeter here. Wait a minute, they may ask for 3 marks. Look at here, connect suitable low resistance or this low resistance, or also we can call it as shunt resistance. That's what I name it as. Yes, here shunt resistance. Connect suitable low resistance or shunt resistance parallel to galvanometer. Then galvanometer convert into ammeter here. Galvanometer will get convert into ammeter. Look at here, in parallel combination, which of the physical quantity will be remain same? So remember that. So in case of parallel combination, potential difference is remain same. Look at here, potential difference across the galvanometer, which is equal to potential difference across the low resistance or shunt resistance here. These two are in parallel. In parallel combination, we know the basic things from that current electricity. Potential difference across galvanometer, which is equal to potential difference across shunt resistance. Right. So what is the connecting formula for that V here? Potential difference, V is equal to I into R. Look at here, potential difference across the galvanometer, V of G I can consider. Potential difference across the galvanometer, which is equal to potential difference across the shunt resistance, I can consider. V equal to I into R. Here I means current flows through the galvanometer. What is the current flowing through the galvanometer? Ig amount of current is flowing. What is the resistance of the galvanometer? Resistance of the galvanometer is capital G, which is equal to potential difference across the shunt resistance. Look at here, in that shunt resistance, I of S current is flowing here. So shunt resistance value is S here. Shall I take this one as I of S into S here? So this is the connecting formula. Now I want to find the value of low resistance. How much low resistance value I need to connect parallel to the galvanometer? So shall I write this equation as S, which is equal to Ig into G divided by I minus of Ig here. So this is the required formula for the shunt resistance or low resistance. Look at here, where S represents that shunt resistance. Here Ig represents what? Current through the galvanometer. Current through galvanometer, where I represents that main current, or so I can consider that range of ammeter. So I we can consider that range of ammeter. For example, ammeter having that 5 milliamp range is there, 500 milliamp range will be there. So here I represents that main current or range of ammeter we can consider, where capital G we can consider as galvanometer resistance. Galvanometer resistance. So hope you get this formula. From this formula we can able to find that value of low resistance. How much low resistance I need to connect parallel to the galvanometer in order to convert that entire galvanometer into ammeter. This is the formula. So this question they may ask for 3 mark. For example, for that neat corner, now I want to find that current through the galvanometer as well as current through the shunt resistance wire. Current through the galvanometer. Current through, or before that, wait a minute, I can find out that total resistance. Then we can calculate that current through the galvanometer as well as low resistance. Now, what is the total resistance of this combination? Total resistance. Look at here. These two are in parallel. In parallel combination, what is the connecting formula? R of P is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Here, R1 means G here. R2 means S here. G into S divided by G plus of S. So, in case of parallel combination, we know this formula. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. R of P is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So this is the value of total resistance. Now we can find that current through galvanometer. Current through galvanometer. Right. Here in this case, these two are in parallel combination, means potential difference will be remains the same. Look at here, potential difference is remains same, means V of G, which is equal to V I can consider. V of G means Ig into G. V means I into R. So where R represents that total resistance, where I represents that total current, we can consider here. Current through the galvanometer. Look at here. Instead of R, shall I take it as G into S divided by G plus of S? Look at here. So just I will rearrange this formula. Wait a minute. So we can find that current through the galvanometer as well as current through the low resistance wire. In order to find such things, we can take that current through the galvanometer, which is equal to potential difference across the galvanometer, which is equal to total potential difference. Wherever R is there, wait a minute, Ig into G, which is equal to I into, look at here, R means, shall I take it as G into S divided by G plus of S. So look at here, G into S divided by G plus of S. This G term will getting cancelled out. Ig, which is equal to I into S divided by G plus of S. So in general I can say I means main current or total current. Main current, current through the galvanometer, which is equal to main current into S means shunt resistance. Shunt resistance divided by galvanometer resistance. Galvanometer resistance plus shunt resistance. So this is the connecting formula for current through the galvanometer. In the similar aspect, I can find that current through the shunt resistance. Look at here, I can find that value of current through the shunt resistance. Current through the shunt resistance, same thing, V of S, which is equal to V. V of S means current through the shunt resistance and shunt resistance value, which is equal to I into R. Again that I of S into S, I into. So wherever R is there, G into S divided by G plus of S. Here S term will get cancelled out. I of S is equal to I into S divided by G plus of S. So look at here, in the theoretical manner I can write I of G is equal to main current, I of S is equal to main current, shunt resistance. So look at here, okay, here galvanometer resistance, divide by galvanometer resistance plus of shunt resistance we can consider. This is the connecting formula for current through the galvanometer. This is the connecting formula for current through the shunt resistance.